Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the ScoreKeepers podcast, where we're always keeping the score. I am one of your hosts, Robert. To the left of me, we have Stats and Research.
Yo.
From Parts Unknown, we have Khalil.
What up?
And last but not least, an Eagles fan who thought Trent Williams was definitely dead wrong. We have Clayton.
Howdy.
What's up, guys?
I actually have a funny story to tell you guys. Brandon probably won't enjoy it because it has to deal with someone from high school. Hopefully, you guys remember. You're going to have to edit out his name because he did some illegal things.
Okay.
You're gonna do you guys remember? You don't remember at all?
The second you said somebody from high school, I was like, nope.
You don't remember?
No, I don't. Can you have a picture or something that you can show me?
That was the whole thing about it, was that he looks drastically different right now.
Do you have like a before and after so I can be like, our high school reunion is like coming up next year. I don't know if y'all are going or not. I don't know.
I haven't gotten an invite.
I haven't got one either, but it's like 10 years. Eventually they're going to put the post out. You're not going, Khalil?
I'm cool off that.
Okay.
God damn it, he's private. But that's him and his mom.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I remember.
Are you sure or are you just fucking with me?
No. That face, I remember that face. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways, I went out Sunday night with Shelby. We played Super Mario Party. And then we went to Ale House. He works at the Miller's Ale House in Oakwood Plaza by Dave and Buster's, I mean.
Okay, yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we go there. We're drinking. Mm-hmm. He gives us shots. Meanwhile, I don't know who this guy is. He gives us shots. And he goes, oh, for my Flanagan buddies. I have no idea who this fucking kid is. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And no clue. Shelby then pulls me aside and is like, yo, do you know who that is? And she gave me a before and after picture. Was something I couldn't give. But, bro, he's gained like 200 pounds.
Well, I couldn't tell from that's a headshot.
Bro, but if you remember him, he used to be a skinny little dude, skinny kid with the blondest of blonde hair. Mm-hmm. Now he's like 200 pounds and has the darkest black hair that you have seen in your entire life. Drastic different.
I mean, it's almost 10 years, dog. Things change.
But that much? That's crazy. Beard and everything.
I mean.
Anyways, that's not even the best part.
What?
So I found out that it was him. I dapped him up again. Said, hey, friendship, whatever.
That's so fake.
Well, I didn't realize it was him. He looked drastically different. We were friends in high school.
Oh,
Gave us more shots. And then I'm sitting there, I'm talking about weed with Shelby. Bro, he grabs a Sour Patch Kid edible out of his pocket, freshly sealed up, and just hands it to me over the bar. Just here you go. Like, he heard me talking about it, and he's like, oh, here, take it. Like, all right, bet. And I took it when I got home. I got cross-faded as fuck. Playing Fortnite with Vinny. But at least I was in the comfort of my own home. You know what I mean? But
so shout out to him then.
Shout out to him. I didn't say his name the second time, did I?
You said it like 5 times already.
Did I really?
You've said it like 5 times. I have to edit it. It's going to be beep, 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 beep. That's it.
Damn, that sucks. All right, shout out to you, dog. So my weekend was great. Did you guys have a good weekend? No?
I went to a funeral.
Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you all go out? No?
No, we're supposed to go out this weekend.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right, solid night. I know you didn't give a rundown, but I made a little rundown of myself in my brain.
Okay.
We're gonna bring it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Taking us on an odyssey.
Not necessarily that. We're gonna play a game after we do the actual recap and stuff like that. We're gonna play a game called What If, and I want your actual input in it. What if X, Y, and Z happened? What if Devontae Smith's catch was ruled not a catch? How will we go about this? Because that's all that's been happening all conference championship weekend is what if. That's all I've been hearing is what if this happened, what if that happened, what if that happened, and we will tell you what would have happened if your team would have won the game or not. But let's get into the actual recap, which the first game of the week was the Eagles beat the 49ers 31-7. Jalen Hurts didn't have a great game. I only had 121 yards. Kenny Gainwell only had 48 yards on the ground, and Devontae Smith only had 36. Brock Purdy, torn UCL completely. on a hit from Hassan Reddick. So Josh Johnson won the game, had 74 yards passing. Christian McCaffrey had 84 yards on the ground, which was a very good rushing touchdown by him as well, which was about 30 yards out, and had one incomplete pass that was to no one. Yeah, the Eagles beat them 31-7, like I said. I don't really have anything to say off of this, mostly because Brock Purdy went out. I would have liked to seen how he would have competed if he stayed in the game. But that does not really concern me. The Niners fans are complaining because, another injured quarterback, and I understand that. If I was in this situation, I would be pissed too. That's your third string quarterback, even though 2 weeks ago he was the ghost of Joe Montana's past.
For real.
So I don't want to hear any of that as of right this second. Hold on. He was still the third string quarterback. There's a reason why he was Mr. Irrelevant. And I agree with George Kittle. You don't have a quarterback that can throw the fucking ball. How are you going to win the fucking game if you know what's going to come every single time? So I do feel bad in that aspect of it. But also, don't leave Hassan Reddick unblocked. Just don't leave him unblocked. And
did he come off Trent Williams? No, he didn't. He came off the
didn't.
other side.
He came off the other side,
right side
on the backup tight end. The backup tight end that I think kind of just shell blocked him.
Tyler Kroft.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Anyways, but that was the first one. And then the other one on Josh Johnson, I think it was Ndamukong Suh on that one.
Suh.
Literally the
Up
same.
the middle, I think.
Yes, literally the same exact play. I get it. It's injuries. They suck. But this is what you're prepared to do. You were also the number one defense in the NFL. This is what you came into the game with. The Eagles did not play a very good offensive game, as I just told you the stats. But they put up 31 points. Do you have anything to say off of that?
Yeah, if you guys play like that in the Super Bowl, you're
we're
gonna lose.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah, that was not. I was very concerned watching y'all actually. The run game, meh. Couldn't really move the ball. Quite frankly, the only reason y'all got 31-7, you had the 2 turnovers, and then there were like 2 drives where the 49ers just kept
doing this.
shooting themselves in the
The
foot.
turnovers are a part of the game, Brandon. I can't deal with the turnovers not being turnovers because they happened to the other team. That's all I've been hearing all week. Weekend.
That what?
That, again,
You mean
what if they're fumbles? They fumbled the
Oh,
fucking
no,
ball.
no,
I don't know what to tell you.
Your defense played well. That should be the
But
I'm not saying I'm not knocking.
They played well against a bad
I'm not knocking.
quarterback.
I'm not knocking your defense.
no.
I'm saying the only reason you got those points is because of your defense. Your offense was putrid.
Well, it was the number one defense.
Okay. No.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, haven't you been trying to come on here every other week talking about Jalen Hurts is the system?
Yeah.
The system didn't look very good.
He didn't look good in one game, and now all of a sudden we're reeling back off that.
Well, I never said he was that. That was you.
Well, because he is. There's a reason why he's first team All-Pro.
I'm just saying, your whole offense didn't look good.
It didn't. I'm sitting here telling you it didn't.
I mean, can we talk more about how good their defense looked?
The Eagles' defense.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's really easy to look good against Christian McCaffrey playing quarterback.
That is true.
Well, it's still the NFC Championship
Quite
game. They had to
frankly,
show up.
I think Kyle Shanahan made a grave mistake. I don't think he should have had Brock Purdy out there at all. He should have had Christian McCaffrey and play the Wildcat.
the
would've
whole
been better
game
off.
and have 11 in the box.
They'd been better off because you have to account for McCaffrey. They didn't have to account for Brock Purdy. He wasn't going to run, and he wasn't going to pass.
He couldn't hold the football
If
at
you
all.
if you had
went-
Christian McCaffrey out there, they'd have to you're probably going to run like 99% of the time, but it's a hat on a hat, man to man, got to win.
Do you think this is going to change? I feel like there's a chance this offseason that the rules committee that they're going to change the rules to allow a designated roster spot for the third string quarterback.
That's stupid.
I think they're going to end up doing it.
Why do you
there's-
say that?
Because we've seen multiple times this year for multiple teams where one quarterback gets hurt and then the backup comes in, and there's and especially the way the game is now with how they deal with concussions, it's a good chance that the second quarterback might still get hurt.
But that wasn't the issue. They didn't have a third quarterback. They didn't put one on the roster.
Well, I know, but I'm saying if the league was like designating it where you had to have 3 quarterbacks to
But
go
that
into a
hasn't
game.
come up in one situation, except this one.
Okay, so let me ask you this, guys.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm about to get into the what if game because you guys don't have anything about to say about the recap. It was a bad game.
Do you
It
want
was
to
a
talk about
bad
the other
playoff
game?
Well, no, I was gonna do that with the what if as well.
Okay, go
later.
ahead, go ahead.
So you guys don't have anything else to add on to
No.
it?
Congratulations. That's what I got.
Okay. Well, I was just about to get there. So let's say this: what if this is the Miami Dolphins in the
Okay.
Eagles' position? Okay.
Okay.
So we're playing the 49ers?
Well,
We're playing the Bills, maybe?
No. Yeah, we're playing the 49ers. Let's just
Okay.
say, right?
Okay.
Okay.
You play the Giants, who were a quote unquote red hot team. Oh, no, you are the 49ers. Excuse me.
I am the 49ers.
You are the 49ers.
Okay.
You're playing the Eagles. How pissed are you?
I'm not that pissed.
That I lost?
Yeah, in the NFC Championship game because of your third string quarterback going out with a torn UCL.
I wouldn't be that upset.
I wouldn't be that upset.
They weren't going to win that game
wanna be
anyway.
That was my next question.
They weren't going to win
No,
anyway.
when he was
Number
alive,
one.
they didn't look
What
good
if
either.
Brock Purdy's best game, they still lose that game.
You really think so?
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay. So what if Devontae Smith didn't catch that ball?
he didn't. But
He
even
didn't.
if they didn't,
I'm
call
saying
it,
even then-
I'm saying in terms of the field.
A first quarter play like that does not
I
Change the
drastically
complexity of the
To
game.
be honest,
change a game.
They
like
get that ball in the 40. You know that, right?
Okay, but
They couldn't
Yeah,
move
but-
the ball
also-
either.
But also,
well, they
like-
couldn't move the ball because he wasn't in the game.
Yeah.
No, when he was in the game, they couldn't move the ball
that happened
either.
on their first possession, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
The
injury, was that not their
I don't
first?
think it was the
second
It was
possession.
second possession.
Yeah.
But if you
Which-
look at it, he was getting killed.
which to the point. Okay, it's unfortunate that he had that type of injury. He was still going to be getting
Dude.
blown up whether he got injured or not. Like that game, he was going to
that's
be going through
kinda
it.
that's kind of
So
my thing.
that pressure
He
was
might
still
not
gonna
get-
get there
he
either
might
way.
not- yeah.
It wasn't the offensive line that got hurt. It was him.
He
Yeah.
might not have. Maybe he doesn't get hurt and he plays the whole game. Like, dude, Hassan Reddick is like
If
on
you-
his ass. Like,
Yeah, and
the
if you're going to
entire
continue to have the
Like, you even
backup
saw
tight
Josh.
end, out there blocking like
Coming
that,
off
he's
the
still
edge,
getting
yeah.
blown up regardless. So
I mean, I feel like personally, even when the game was like 7-0 and he threw the fumble and the fumble happened, even before I knew he was injured, I kind of feel like even at that point in the game, I was like, oh, this game's over.
yeah, I was when I was watching it because I remember.
And they didn't they didn't really have a run game to speak of outside of the touchdown.
They couldn't run the ball.
They couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
Like even on the last episode, we were talking about like if Purdy has any combination of 2 turnovers that game, then he's not going to survive that. And when that first happened, I was like, there goes turnover number 1. But it just so happened he got hurt that he couldn't finish the
I
game.
mean, well,
So-
technically he finished, but he couldn't be
But I
effective
mean-
anymore. But
Yeah.
I mean, how effective was he really anyway?
I mean, that happened on the second play of the game. At that rate, it was bound to get ugly. It was going to get bad fast.
Yeah, I thought that.
And then the other part too, where like they put Josh Johnson in the game. Like, I didn't really see it get a whole lot better. Like in terms,
I didn't see a difference.
like in terms of like the Eagles' ability to get pressure. Like, it's not like Kyle Shanahan made some adjustments or anything like that, and Josh Johnson just like wasn't good enough to get the job done.
No, it was
which
the
he
same
was
problems.
not. But like, they were still getting pressure the entire game.
You should feel good. You should feel good about your defense
Hold on.
in this one.
Hold on. I got one more what if.
What?
What if
Now-
they called Lane Johnson for false start?
I'm sorry. Every offensive tackle does that in the NFL.
Oh,
We're not
here we
having this
go.
discussion
Everybody
today.
does it.
Your boy Teron Armstead does it too. Look at every left and right tackle in the league. We're not doing this
Sorry,
today.
I watched
I watch
like 40 snaps. That man false start. You could call one. That's all I'm saying. Like, just
You know,
one.
that's
they
not
do
really
it
my
in
issue.
every fucking team.
That's not
Every
really my
team.
issue. People do false starts, and people do hold. My issue is you do it so egregiously that you get caught. Robert Hunt. Those are the people that I have issues with.
Were you about to say his name? Is that why you backed away from the mic? Oh, okay. Now, I don't feel great about this one, to be honest with you, because we played, I guess, like whoever was just in the backfield. Now you're the Eagles, and you just did this. How do you feel going to the Super Bowl?
Good.
As-
So you shouldn't care, right?
No,
I wouldn't.
I mean, the
You
only,
shouldn't care.
because
Okay.
I know that the Chiefs defense is not the 49ers defense as well as
No.
they played.
I'm not thinking Super Bowl like I'm not
you're
thinking,
talking morale.
I'm talking like morale. Like as a fan. Because if the 49ers, all they did as I've seen on Twitter, is that the Eagles haven't played anyone in the playoffs. And the 40
Kinda haven't, but That's not your fault.
We fought for the first seed.
Oh, that's not your fault.
Okay, as long as you say it's not our fault, which is probably true. But they want to call the Giants a red hot team, blew them out 38-7 on the 5th year anniversary of 38-7 against Minnesota, and then we play the Niners, who they were calling again the ghost of fucking Joe Montana. They were gonna sign an extension and all this other shit. They were talking crazy about Brock Purdy. He goes out with an injury, but I'm not supposed to feel good because we played the Giants. And we played the Niners without their backup quarterback. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what makes me annoyed.
You're in the Super Bowl. You should always feel good.
I understand that, but they still say that we haven't played anyone.
I mean, two things can be true, but I mean,
you can only play who's in front of you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, to be honest with you, like, you had a fairly soft schedule, but the reason you had a fairly soft schedule because you were a mid team last year, and like some teams got worse.
You know we're
That's not your
undefeated
fault.
against playoff teams, right?
No, I know, but like your schedule. I'm saying like
you have a tough schedule.
Your schedule was not a particularly difficult schedule.
Like week 6, we were telling you could
NFC
easily run
Beast.
the table.
Hey, NFC Beast, got to play those.
Stop it.
Oh yes.
Stop it.
I bet you were shaking in your boots at the prospect that you might have to play Dak Prescott. Oh, and who's the other? I'm sorry.
He would have been healthy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's not forget Carson Wentz. Oh my goodness. Or would it have been Tyler Heineke?
And they were all week. They were worried about playing Michael Vick. They didn't know how
Who's
to
the
handle.
other? Yeah.
Vanilla Vic.
We saw what you did to the Giants. Like, come on. Like,
That's a fire nickname. I don't care what you say.
No, thank you. But I like Danny Dimes. That makes sense.
He doesn't throw
dimes.
so it's fine.
I don't care.
I'm like, but look, it's not your fault. Like, you had the way the NFL makes their schedule. Like, you were a mid team last year. Like, that's what you were. I think you were what, like
Took
9
advantage
and
of
8.
it. Yeah. Next year you'll have a
You
tough
were
schedule.
9 and 8. You were a mid team, and some like. Okay, like I know the Cowboys had a good record, but they weren't a good team. And
Who won their division last year? The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
What a bunch of
some teams on your schedule that might have been, I don't know your whole schedule, but I'm sure there were teams on there that were probably better last year and they weren't as good this year, or maybe even some teams that were mid and now they suck. But that's not your fault. You can only play who's in front of you. This year you'll have a much tougher schedule this coming season, and I guess we'll see. I'm sure you're a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying you're not. You're a good football team. Could you have, could you have had more opportunities to test that? Maybe. But when you're also looking at it, you play in the NFC, the better conference is the AFC. And it's really not close.
Especially in terms of quarterback talent.
Speaking of quarterback, did you see that Tyler Huntley might be in the Pro Bowl?
Tyler Huntley might make the Pro Bowl?
Because
Tua's out, right?
I guess
in protocol, so he can't.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter now. But they were talking about if Joe Burrow, I guess, made the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes had an injury. Tua has an injury. Justin Herbert has an injury. Lamar Jackson has an injury. He would have been the 5th Pro Bowl alternate to go to the Pro Bowl.
There's nobody
You know
else in
how
the
insane
AFC?
that fucking shit is?
That's pretty cool, though.
Ryan Tannehill wouldn't? No.
Nope.
Who else is in the AFC? Give me a team.
Tyler Huntley's half-assed the reason
Matt
why
Ryan?
they stayed with a
Yeah.
I was
decent
just about to say
record.
the close, but no.
What about Mike White? Y'all love Mike White? No?
No.
Okay, one thing I do want to say. I'm kind of upset that Brock Purdy got hurt.
Why is that?
Because I thought he was going to have a bad game, and it was trending that way, and now all his supporters can do
I
he got hurt.
I don't know
we
why
don't know what happened.
I don't know why you talk shit about Brock Purdy, but you had the Niners as the like. I don't
He just
I don't
doesn't
see the correlation with that.
He doesn't think Brock Purdy is the second coming of Steve Young.
People act like he's like the next Tom Brady. It's ridiculous.
They have a big problem on their hands next year. They're going to get rid of Jimmy
No, they
G.
don't.
Are you going to keep riding with Brock and you're
just
going to
need a
trade
decent
Trey?
quarterback.
Trade
You're crazy if you think they're trading Trey Young.
I wouldn't trade Trey.
Trey Young?
Lance?
No, Trey Lance. Sorry.
I've heard a rumor. I did hear something though.
QB.
If he was to get traded, he would get traded to Tennessee. But that'll let you know what they feel about Trey Lance.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
they're
not doing that.
They
I
traded.
wouldn't do it.
You think Kyle Shanahan traded 3 first-round picks to
Just
give
to
up
let
on
him
this
go?
guy after
Yeah.
one game?
But the thing is that
Because that's all he played. He
Hold
played
on.
one game in like a monsoon.
Hold on. I heard Kyle Shanahan wasn't the one who was like pounding on the table for Trey Lance. That wasn't him. That was the dude who now runs the Titans.
I don't
that's
believe
the reason
that.
why they're trying to send him back to
Yes.
to the Titans.
I don't believe that.
I don't.
That's-
That's
that's
not
the
what I was
report.
told.
That's
I
what
was
they-
told
Kyle Shanahan's
wanted
been there
it.
for 5 years. I don't believe for a second that he doesn't have personnel control.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
Certainly over the quarterback.
From what
Like
I
if you're
heard,
telling me like a defensive end, like maybe. But
from what I heard, he was high on Mac Jones. Mac Jones was.
yeah, that was all the reports, and they didn't.
Yes,
like,
but
why would-
I'm telling you, I don't think he's as high on Trey Lance. I think he liked Trey Lance, but I don't think he was as high on Trey Lance. That wasn't him. He wasn't the one banging on the tail for Trey Lance.
What about? But you know why I don't believe that, because what about Mac Jones tells you that he can run it, he can play well in a Kyle Shanahan offense. He doesn't have the traits.
Well, Kyle Shanahan liked Mac Jones. He thought if you put him around a good
I'm telling
team and
you,
he
I'm
makes
telling
quick
you
reads, he
that
could do
report's
it.
alive. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that.
I mean, if Brock Purdy did
Oh
good.
no!
I'm
I
just
feel like the person.
Trey
the
Lance,
source is
Trey
good.
Lance. I believe Trey Lance because Trey Lance has similar traits to Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I guess
kind of offense.
We'll find out in a month or two, won't we? So we'll find out. The draft is only in like what, end of April?
They're not trading that man.
I
Not
don't think
after a
he's
game.
going anywhere.
End of April.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
think he's gonna have to fight for that starting spot, but I don't think they're gonna give it up.
That's what they should
I
do.
mean, I don't think he's going to be able to fight. I don't think he's going to be able to throw.
I mean,
Neither will Brock
Why-
Purdy.
okay,
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
Brock
saying.
Purdy
How-
Well, Brock
why-
Purdy won't be. He'll be fine. He should.
He
be
should be
fine.
fine.
So we don't assume that Brady's not going to go to Tampa, go to 49ers.
That's
That
always
would
an
make
option.
the most
That's-
sense.
That's always an option, but I'm assuming that he's not gonna.
Jimmy
go there.
G's
Where do you
beating
think he
it,
would
right?
go, Khalil?
I'm not worried about where Tom Brady goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
coming to my
getting
team.
out of
So
No, I know, but I'm saying like if he doesn't, I know that, but I'm saying if he doesn't go to,
I hope no team picks him up
That's-
so he can, go away, retire.
I mean, I have no clue, but I don't think that's.
if
what-
you had to,
I
if
don't
you were
think that's
betting,
the-
if you had to pick a team, if you had to pick a team,
the Jets could use a quarterback.
I don't see it.
That
But
team's. I think that.
I think Rodgers is probably going to end up there. They
If
just
he
got
follows
Nathaniel
in Brett
Hackett.
Favre's footsteps, oh my God,
Glorious.
oh my God, that's going to be the beautiful story.
Because allegedly now the Packers, he's willing to redo his contract, which would get rid of that cap problem we were talking about, and then the Packers are willing to let go of him.
That would be insane. All right, we're done with that game particular.
Yeah, keep continuing
and
with
the
it. I'm
team.
sorry.
No, I'm just asking. So we got the next game on the docket, which the Chiefs beat the Bengals 23-20. Patrick Mahomes, 29 of 43, 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Pacheco only had 10 carries for 26 yards, but he's all over the field. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, your boy,
Randy Moss?
I was going to say something in the group chat, but I didn't want to.
6 receptions. 6 receptions for 116 yards and 1 touchdown. T. Higgins had 83 yards and 1 touchdown. He came out of the game with an injury at some point.
No, Tyler Boyd did.
Oh, it was Tyler Boyd, my bad. And Joe Burrow had 270 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. This is me saying I'm sorry to Patrick Mahomes. I thought your
Good.
I thought your ankle was hurt more. So that's
I mean,
on
it
me.
was, but it ain't stopping.
It didn't look like it didn't look like he was hurt at all.
Yes, it did. He was wincing in pain.
Was he?
No, there were a couple plays like that one. He had that one where he had to throw it. He rolled
wouldn't
out
even
to his
land.
left and he
Yeah.
threw it across his body.
Refused to even put
well,
pressure
that
on
one-
that foot.
once the meds wore off,
But
that's
he
when he started
didn't
to
take a
feel-
shot.
No, he didn't take a shot.
Yeah, I
at least that's what it wasn't. Tracy Wolfson, whoever it was, she said that he didn't take a shot.
Who was it? That's a good
I don't
question.
know.
I have no idea.
You're right. It wasn't a shot. It was a couple pills.
Wow.
You thought he went home and put ice on it. And was like, yeah, I'm good.
As
Come on now.
Colin
Some of
would
that
say,
oxy.
Come on.
as Colin would say, Perk Angle style.
Perk angle, yes, sir.
But that Patrick Mahomes just honestly putting the team on his back, and especially with that last run. I mean, he didn't need. I mean, the game was in the balance, and he had to make that run at the end of the game to get, and then on top of the unnecessary roughness on top of that, and we'll get into that more. But this was a very, very good game, a more competitive game than I thought it was going to be. Joe Burrow's first
It
interception
was
was
only
god.
competitive because Patrick Mahomes was playing on one leg.
and lost like half his receivers. Because even before he lost half
Kadarius
receivers, he was
Toney.
They only
losing.
had like 3 receivers out
Darius
there.
told me, Meek,
They were playing
Hardman,
with like
Hardman.
two and three tight end
somebody,
sets.
and Juju
Yeah.
Schuster.
Juju went out too.
Yes, he did.
So they're missing their top 3 receivers technically.
Joe Burrow had that one interception. That first interception in the first half was just atrocious. That was one of the worst picks I think I've ever seen him throw. And then that second one, I mean, he kind of laid it in. I don't know what the fuck happened after that, but obviously the ball went up into the air, and the
Look, an
Chiefs,
oversale.
the Chief, he was
No,
on it. No,
he-
it was in his kind of. It wasn't in his breadbasket, but it was there for him
It
to
was
catch
there.
it. Yeah. But to start the game,
Terrible.
5 out of the 7 fucking snaps, he got sacked.
Yeah, that was nasty.
But luckily, and I think they ended. I need to see what they ended with.
I think it was 5.
I think they still ended up
6.
Are you sure?
I think it was 6.
Okay.
I mean, you can look it up.
Because Chris Jones got that
He
one
got
at
that
the
last
end.
one. That was nasty. Just all they did is finally put him on the outside.
Yeah, there you go.
Beat that boy like a drum. Yeah.
So yeah, this game very good. Anything that you have to say about it?
I was very impressed with the Chiefs' defense.
That blitzing, bro.
Very impressed. Chris Jones was a monster.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was a monster. He had, I think it was 8 pressures.
Finally got his first career playoff sack.
Had 2 sacks.
Yeah.
And I like so many plays, like even some of them that he didn't either get a sack. Like he was blowing up plays and he was beating triple teams. So that was a very, very impressive performance by him. Patrick Mahomes did his thing. I think Patrick Lavon Mahomes reminded all of you.
Lavon?
Yeah, that's his middle name, Lavon.
That would explain his father. Yeah.
You know why he's doing good? Do you know why?
I know
because
why.
he's the man.
You know why?
The wife and
Ain't
I'm not gonna
fucking
say nothing
nowhere to
flagrant.
be found.
I'm not gonna say
Ain't
nothing flagrant.
fucking
brother.
nowhere to be found.
No, they were there. They were in the press box.
Yeah,
Stay
but
low.
they're not there like they used to be there.
Staying low.
Yeah,
Well, maybe-
exactly.
Not in
Maybe-
the stands fighting fans. and
Maybe
shit.
they got tired of the criticism that they had been
Oh
dealing
really?
with. For
I
all
wonder
these
why they
years.
were getting criticized. Because they were just sitting down, minding their business, just being regular fans, right?
You know, sometimes
Oh,
you just
okay.
gotta enjoy other people's success like it's
Sometimes
yours.
you gotta dissect them as a fan, you know. Brandon. All right, great fucking segue.
It's past.
Yeah, it's already back. Brandon, no. Brandon was teeing it up for you, and you just let it go. Now there's a bunch of dead air.
I get it out. I don't
All right.
care. Probably won't, but I could.
Go ahead, Brandon. Patrick Mahomes, the man. Lavon, you were on his.
Patrick Lavon. Yes,
yeah.
Patrick Lavon Mahomes
Lavon.
did his thing. Anybody? Marquez Valdez-Scantling, looking like prime Randy Moss.
Stop.
That was impressive.
A little excessive. Just a little. More Marcus
No,
Colston.
but for real, he stepped up big time. Anybody else? I was very, very disappointed in Joe Burrow. I wouldn't say he played like terribly, but probably he didn't play well.
No,
Had that one interception that was really bad.
that was really bad.
The second one, I just thought
That's part of my what if series, but I'll get there later.
I thought they did show some fight though. The Bengals showed some fight. I'll
They
give them
tied the
that.
game.
Tied it up.
Yeah, it was 13-6 going into halftime, and the Chiefs scored 20-13 late in the third quarter, and then early in the fourth, the Bengals tied it up at 20-20.
I gotta say though, their defense lacked leadership. And I you could tell because when the game, and I'm sure it's part of your what if, but some of the, I guess, controversial calls or whatever.
Would you consider it controversial?
No.
Not that play.
Which one?
That's my
There was
point.
a couple of plays you could look at,
No.
but I don't know if any of them were necessarily.
I don't think any of them are controversial.
controversial.
Like if you I'll be honest with you,
Because
like
it was just
the redo third down.
that's the
I
only
was
one that
not.
I was just like,
I wasn't paying attention, so like I don't know. I know that they explained why. I was not really paying attention, so I don't know what his explanation was. But like later on in the broadcast, they like showed to see like did anybody like shut it down? Like the referee came from like out of frickin'
Left
the
field, like
parking
always.
lot. The homie came from the parking lot and blew the play dead like that. He
that's the only
definitely.
thing that kind of bothered me is like all the officials on the field. He was the only one to realize, and like that's what stopped, and
he-
we did that play.
He
so.
definitely did. And then after that, okay, fine, you redo it. You got the sack. All right, great, cool. But like, I'm seeing some of the, people, Bengals fans talking about they got cheated because they called a holding. Like he held, like Eli Apple like mugged that dude. Like I don't know what you want. Like he clearly like held him.
Wait, are you talking about on the Patrick Mahomes play or the other
No,
play?
that was the
No,
third.
the
That was the
redo.
same sequence.
It
The
was the
redo.
redo, the
Okay.
third and nine.
They got the stop. Then they redid it. They got a sack. but the sack didn't matter because they
He
threw a
was
flag
holding,
for
yeah.
holding. Like, he clearly held. Like, I don't know what you want. So, but like from that moment, like, obviously their coach, by the way, you want to talk about Zach Taylor. You don't know how good a coach he is. I mean, that's a moment right there. Zach Taylor, I get it. You're upset. I'm not saying you can't be upset, but you're supposed to be the leader of that football team. There's not anybody on that defense I would look at and say is like a definite leader. For example, the 49ers, Fred Warner is their leader. For example, if I look at the Eagles, I'd look at maybe a Hassan Reddick. What's his name? Brandon Graham? Do I have that right? Somebody
That's
like,
probably the better one.
even a Darius Slay. Like, they're guys I can like for sure point to on that team. Even if I look at the Chiefs, Chris Jones. Like, I look at guys who are for sure leaders. I don't see that on the Bengals. Doesn't mean they don't have them. I'm sure they do, but they didn't show up. And regardless of if they have leaders or not, the coach is supposed to be a leader. And he lost his cool, and his team lost his cool. They fed off of him and him losing his composure and being upset at the referees. And as I was talking to you, because we were having a discussion about it, there's some referee talk in basketball as well.
That's real. That is real.
No, it's not.
That's his family wearing Celtics
Yeah, but
jerseys.
the actual status stuff, I don't believe. It's real,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, regardless of the fact they're Celtic fans and they just so happen to win that game, that's wild.
He
Well,
wasn't
you
the
think
one
that's
that
a
missed the call.
That's wild.
He wasn't the one that missed
Maybe
the call.
there not need to be a call if he called the game right
He wasn't
up until that point. Tim Donaghy or Todd, whatever his fucking name is.
Tim Donahue.
Is that his name?
He's the referee that had the scandal.
Yeah.
What does he have to do with what?
He always had to, he always did stuff in the beginning to change the game in the end.
But he was betting. What did
No, he was
do?
betting. I'm not talking. No, I'm.
And he's betting with his family for love.
I'm not talking
You
about
really,
that. Whatever.
you really think that's why the Lakers lost that game?
No, bro, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
fucking around. But that is low key crazy.
That was
You
an
can't
egregious
sit.
blown call.
You can't sit there and tell me that wasn't crazy. That so far he came out and then his family are Celtics fans.
Oh well, no,
That's
but,
crazy.
No, but like I said, I don't think that stat is real though. I don't. Think
Oh,
that
maybe
stat was
not the
real.
stat, but the family putting on jerseys. That's real.
It is. It's weird
That's
to look
real.
at. I mean, but all referees have families. Like somebody's gonna root for some team, but it is weird. It is still kind of weird.
Sorry, Brandon. Keep going with the referees. My bad.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
Zach Taylor and leadership.
Oh yeah,
and
like
stuff
he
like
he
that.
didn't. He got emotional and he was honestly out of control with how upset he was. Like, I get it if you're upset, but you got a game to go win. Like, the game, regardless of that, the game was there to be won. And me, like I was telling Robert, me as a coach, I coach kids, and obviously refs, they don't get calls or whatever, they bitch and moan all the time. I've literally lost games because referees. Something, I don't know if you know travel or not, but you play travel. Sometimes you play in certain tournaments. They're not designed for you to win. They're designed for certain teams to win. The calls can be a little one-sided. I've literally lost games because of crappy refereeing. And I get upset. But I never, ever let my players make an excuse for that. As upset they got, I said, shut up, play the game.
Can I just cut you off real
So,
quick? Can I just
yeah.
cut you off? The Bengals in this game, just to give you guys the penalty discrepancy, the Bengals in this game had 9 penalties for 71 yards. Meanwhile, the Chiefs had 4 penalties for 55 yards. And on top of that, for the 49ers game, I couldn't tell you how many the Eagles had. I could probably tell you real quick. For the 49ers, they had 11 penalties for 81 yards, which is a team that is known to not be very.
I
they're
think the
actually,
least penalized
team in the league. And then, meanwhile, the Eagles had 4 penalties for 34 yards. To go on top of that, first down from penalties, the Eagles had 7. The Chiefs had 5. There's that stat there.
I mean,
To be honest with you, if I'm watching the game, really, truly, there were like 4 plays where I was like, that's a little ticky-tacky. But on the drive for the Eagles to go make it 21-7, there was 3 like legitimate penalties. One of them being the face mask. The other one being Dre Greenlaw just keep punching fucking Kenny Gainwell in the fucking ball until the whistle blew, and he still kept punching him. And then on top of that, the other one at the end with Trent Williams fucking throwing Kayvon Wallace at the ground, but that one was
That was at the end of the game.
yeah, but it still was
And unsportsmanlike conduct.
no. What's this when it's neutralized?
Oh, offsetting penalties.
There you go. And then there was another one where it was a pass interference, and that's how we made it 21-7 was with like penalties like that, like stupid penalties.
But like even
so
though
even then, that is what I think is like the back-breaking thing. And I'm not defending them obviously, but I think that's what the back-breaking thing is that we had them on the ropes, and they just keep getting first down penalties. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah, but like even that game, I can point to that game.
most.
I can point to that game again. Kyle Shanahan, poor leadership. He was getting upset at all these calls. They were all like, tell your team to stop interfering. Like, they were all legitimate penalties. The only penalty that I remember in that game that he was, like, furious about that was questionable was the roughing the kicker because he got blocked into the dude. But he might have hit him anyway. But because he.
Oh, my game.
Yeah, your game.
Oh, no, he hit him. He hit him. I don't give a fuck. He hit
No,
him.
he hit him, but if he's blocked into him, he was pushed into him. It's not a penalty.
Yeah, no, I know
Like,
that.
that was the only one where I'm like, it's kind of questionable, but even then, like, I'm kind of like, I was like, like, I don't really know, like, how hard I couldn't really tell, like, how hard he actually pushed him, and he was, like, really close to the kicker. He might have hit him anyway. And maybe it's running into and not roughing if he doesn't get pushed, but
It was his plant leg. It would have been roughing anyways.
not if he wasn't pushed. He was pushed
Yeah,
and
that's
felt
what I'm
it.
saying, yeah.
If he wasn't pushed, I think he runs into him, and it's a 5-yard penalty and like whatever. But like even still, like his you could see like every penalty they called, Kyle Shanahan was like losing his goddamn mind, and his whole team like was frustrated about that too. You can't do that. You can be upset, and especially at that point, for worse for Shanahan because that game was so early and you were still in it. Yeah, you had a really steep climb because they still had Josh Johnson in the game, but it was your cards were stacked against you. But it was a winnable game, and your defense was playing well. But you kind of just it's almost like you give them an excuse. If you show that you're upset and you're like blaming the referees and it's bullshit, you give your team an excuse, and that's what you can't do. That's poor leadership.
Do you have anything final Bengals Chiefs game before I get into my what if?
I said the Bills were overrated. I said the Bengals were overrated. That's all I got.
That's all I got? All right.
I guess maybe I was on to something. Who knows?
Rob?
I never want to hear anybody disrespect the name of Patrick Mahomes ever again.
Patrick LaVon.
There you love on.
Oh, also,
Speaking, I'm sorry.
something that it doesn't get mentioned that much anymore because I guess we kind of moved past it. But the Josh Allen, Cam Newton comparisons, we can dead that too.
Why do we
what
keep
do you
bringing
mean?
up
Where
the
you heard
Bills?
that?
Where is this coming from?
That was a thing last season.
Wait, last season?
Yes, it was.
That Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was like the new and improved version of Cam Newton. Yeah, I could dead that.
Wait, you think Cam Newton's better?
All time, at least for now. I still have Cam Newton higher than him.
I can't do the passing.
That's fine.
You have anything final thoughts before I
I have a
into it?
little like anecdote.
I love Cam.
Do you know what Mac in Mac Jones stands for?
What, Brandon?
His name is McCorkle.
No, the fuck it is not.
McCorkle Jones.
Where's
Matthew McCorkle Jones.
Where's
That's
he
his
from?
name.
Where is he from? Let's find out where he's
They
from.
couldn't call him Matt. They couldn't call him Matt. They had to call him Mac first.
Mac.
He's from
Mac
the
Corkle.
country. He's from the country.
All right.
I think he's from Alabama.
Let's see. Michael. Yeah, Michael. McCorkle. Mac Jones. He's from Jacksonville, Florida.
Is it Matthew or Michael?
Also, what are you doing?
It's Michael.
Is it Michael? I thought it was
Michael
Matthew.
McCorkle Jones?
I don't know where the
Okay.
hell you get Mac from.
All right.
Matt
The
Corkle.
yeah. Anyways, Joe Burrow. What if he completes that pass?
Which one?
The one that was an interception. What if he completes that pass?
I'm not
Because
gonna lie, that's not the one. The one was the one right before that when he hit Jamar Chase in the helmet.
I'm just giving it some context because it's easier that way. What if? Do they win the football game still because there was 4 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock?
And obviously that's more than enough time for Patrick Mahomes, as we've seen. So do they still win the football game because Patrick Mahomes has to go down the field?
No.
Chiefs still win.
Chiefs still win.
Chiefs don't win.
I watched Patrick LeVon Mahomes drive down the field for
Wait,
a
wait,
game-winning field goal in 13 seconds with no timeouts.
Well, that's because of poor punting.
I don't care. I saw him do it.
Wait, are you talking about the
I just said the interception.
Oh yeah, no. I thought you were talking about something else. Hold on.
What if he doesn't hit him out of bounds? Do they make that field goal?
No.
No.
They don't.
They don't.
Because did you see
That shit had like 8 yards of clearance.
Dude,
Oh my god.
Bro, that shit went more high than fucking straight. And here's the fucking goalpost. It landed right here.
Yo, yeah, dog. That was.
There's
awesome.
no shot he makes that
No
fucking
shot.
field goal.
No shot.
fucking shot.
That boy was crying after the game, boy. He had to look.
As he should, that dumbass.
The little
But,
snot. We get a little
but
snot.
Patrick still had the first down, no?
Who?
Who?
Wait, what?
Patrick still had the first down, even if he doesn't get hit.
Yeah,
still
but
had the
they didn't
first
have
down.
They
time.
didn't have any time.
They had
to-
8 seconds.
Well, he would have.
He might have had one
Quick
play.
slant out of bounds, yeah, maybe.
Well, not even. The clock stops because they had the first down and he went out of bounds.
Yeah,
they
the
would have
clock
one
stops,
play.
but he has 8. He has 8 seconds, so he's one
That's what I'm
play.
saying. You had quick play out of bounds.
Oh,
get like
oh, yeah.
maybe
You have
5
maybe
yards
like
off.
a 5 to 7 yard like
5
out
yards
route.
off of that, and then kick it from there. I think that.
But even still, like where he went out of bounds, I think it would have been like a 56-yard field goal. So like let's
Yeah.
say he does like a 5 to 7 yard
Booker?
out route. It's like 50, and like all day, like all game, Jay Feely was like, I think the most he can make is like 50 because he was doing it in warm ups. He was kicking from like 52 and 55, missed it short every time.
Bucker can kick it long.
It was the wind.
No, I know. I'm saying he can. He has a good leg. Pause. But he can kick it pretty far. I forgot what the fucking third one it was. Fuck it, we ball. Anyways, the storylines coming out of this.
Never mind. I was gonna say,
What? Go ahead.
what if Joe Burrow wasn't relying on his receivers to carry him so much? But
Oh, wow.
never mind.
I'm not having this discussion.
Nah,
today.
fuck it, Jamar Chase.
I'm not
sat
gonna
down
lie.
there somewhere.
I'm not gonna lie though. Once Tyler Boyd got hurt, it was
The
looking,
game
it was
drastically
looking, it was looking real
started
shaky
looking
in the
real
light.
different,
It
yeah.
was looking real shaky in the light.
I'm not having that discussion.
Well, you didn't have the 3
don't have
receivers
to.
anymore. Because once they started doubling
Tyler
the other
Boyd,
two, it got
Tyler
rough.
Boyd
All
is
of a
his
sudden,
like.
the game looked real different.
That's like his like middle of the
I don't give a
field
fuck.
like slant guy.
I don't care.
Okay,
I don't
You
care.
don't have to.
That's not, I do have a what if for you if you don't mind.
For me?
Yeah,
Oh God.
it's not. It's just real quick.
What?
It's not about the game specifically. We could probably do this. Might be like better for after the Super Bowl, but I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
Let's see.
By the way, we're not talking about the Super Bowl this week.
No, we're not.
No, we're
no,
doing
no.
a preview whenever the fuck it happens.
Preview later.
But Pro Bowl on Friday.
We're talking.
I'm joking.
Friday pick 'em. Who wins? The AFC, NFC.
Flag football.
All right. What's up, Brandon?
This is Patrick Mahomes' 3rd Super Bowl appearance in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Super Bowl MVP, an MVP, probably 2.
No, he's gonna get a second one.
So 2 question mark. 5. Oh, the Pro Bowl doesn't matter.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It
Two
does
first,
not.
2 first team all.
It's a number checker. It's like
It
the
don't-
All-Star
I'll
game.
take the All Pros.
it don't
Give me the
hold
All
the same
Pros. I
weight.
ain't
He's
taking Pro
got
Bowls.
Yeah.
he's got 2 All Pros and has played in 5 consecutive
only
AFC
has 2
championships
All-Pros?
at home.
That's kind of disrespectful. She had at least 3.
And I think
Pat-
he's. Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. I think he's like maybe either like 4 or 5 touchdown passes away from Tom Brady in terms of
Playoffs.
playoff TDs with like 10 less games.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
second.
he's already
right
about
now.
to pass on Brady.
He's already
Yeah,
about to pass
he
him.
already has the most, I think, yards and touchdowns by any quarterback before 30 in the playoffs.
Wow, that guy's
And he's
my guy,
27.
man. That's my guy.
Mahomes is a top blank QB of all time.
Right now,
Yeah.
top 7.
7.
I'll say top 5 right now. He wins another Super Bowl. Top 3. The only reason. Hold on. How old is he? 27?
27.
We like longevity here. If he keeps doing this, he will be the number 1. But as of right this second, top 5. I don't agree with it.
Top 5.
Yeah,
Top 5 and he's not 5.
that's crazy.
You gonna name me 4 better than him?
Tom Brady.
One.
That's the only one I can think of.
Tom Brady.
That's the only one I can think of who's definitively better than
Tom
him.
Brady the first half of
Joe
his career.
Montana should
Tom
get
Brady
it.
the second half of his career. That's 1 and 2.
Hold on. Do you want to do quarterback? I mean, we have fucking time.
So
I'm down to
because
do
here's
that.
Let's not
here's
outlet- let's
here's
not
the
make
thing.
it
It's not gonna be that long, bro.
Because-
we already said 5. We just needed to name 4.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm kind of factoring in here. Like, there are obviously quarterbacks that have better resumes than him. Because he's played 7 years.
But that's really only because of longevity. That's
Not even
because of
6 years.
production.
That's why I said longevity, and then I said I'll
I'm-
put him at
Also,
1.
I'm
not for
factoring.
nothing. You can't do me the Aaron Rodgers of the one Super Bowl. Like you got to win another one. I'm
See,
not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying you have to. Just because you got there, it ain't doing nothing for me. You
I
gotta
want
win.
to. I'm
Oh,
gonna.
so you don't want to be John Elway?
I'm gonna factor
you
in.
gotta win.
Look, I'm gonna factor. I factor in like the actual talent. It's not like the end all be all, obviously, because Patrick
This
Mahomes
list
is more
was made in
talented than Tom Brady.
2019.
But I think he's 2.
I think he's 3.
Who would you put in 2?
The only one I
give
could
him
think.
Elway. Because technically he hasn't surpassed Elway. Elway has 2
Okay.
Super Bowls and he has multiple Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, but
This
he's
is-
far better than John Elway.
This is made. This was made.
I don't know about that. John Elway was John Elway.
I say you can do the talent. Look, you can do talent
And-
all you want, but winning.
And honestly,
And I'm not gonna lie.
Montana should get some. I know people forget about
I'm
Montana,
not-
but he should get
Montana-
some.
If you're
wins
gonna go talent, I'm not gonna cap to you. I know everyone hates Aaron Rodgers here, but prime Aaron Rodgers was.
I like
that
Aaron
dude.
Rodgers.
I
I
don't.
don't-
give a
but I
fuck
don't
what-
go
I don't
talent.
give a fuck
Oh,
what
Aaron
anyone-
Rodgers.
I go to
I don't give a
Talent-
fuck what anyone
No, but-
says.
Talent-
Prime Aaron Rodgers was that dude.
Talent alone carries him probably, probably somewhere in that. Yeah, in that top 7 of my.
I think
tops.
talent-wise, he's better than Aaron Rodgers.
Who? Patrick Mahomes?
He's more athletic.
He's more talented.
Athletic.
Dude, yeah, I
That's
don't
part
know
of
if I-
talent.
I know. I agree, but that's the whole reason behind
that's-
it.
But I think talent.
That dude.
I don't think talent should be. It has to be totality. I don't think because let's be honest, we care about in the NFL, especially with quarterbacks, you care about winning more than talent.
Yeah, but
Hell,
I can't-
Jeff George had talent. Like,
I
what-
can't. I can't. I
Jeff
can't
George?
give you winning. I can't give you
Don't let-
winning.
Hey, Jeff George had one of the best arms in the history of the NFL.
I can't give you winning as like the biggest factor because, as we say all the time, Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl.
Eli Manning has too.
But consistent. But come on,
also,
guys.
But also the eye test. Like we know the difference
That's what I'm saying, like,
between a team.
we know
But
why they were- why
that's
they got
kind of
there.
that's kind of my point. Like
Yeah.
I watch Patrick Mahomes.
yeah.
He's that dude.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Like,
but they're
he-
winning because of him.
That's kind of my
the Ravens
point.
didn't win because of
I agree
Trent
with that,
Dilfer.
but you still,
Or
but you
Joe
gotta win the
Flacco.
big one though.
No, Joe Flacco. Look at his numbers.
Shut your mouth.
Look at his numbers
Whoa,
that year.
Joe Flacco in his prime was that dude. Relax yourself.
Don't believe it.
Yes, yes, he was.
Shut the
Let me pull it
fuck
up.
up.
Get outta here.
All right, this is from NFL.com. This shit was made in 2019, so obviously the only quarterback that we're talking about here is Patrick Mahomes. Tom Brady, number 1. We agree?
Yes.
In totality?
Greatest to ever do it.
All right. Joe Montana is sitting here at number 2. Do we agree that he is better than Joe Montana or no? Joe Montana has 3 because Steve Young also has 3.
Patrick Mahomes got to win. Some
Yeah,
more.
but Steve Young has 2 of those. He was a backup. You shouldn't really count those.
That's true.
So, anyways, Joe Montana has 3.
I think he's better than Joe Montana.
He might be
he
talent wise better
probably
than Joe
is, but-
Montana, but I feel like that's not. I can't do that to Joe Montana. I feel like it's disrespectful. He got at least.
You
get
putting
to,
Troy Aikman ahead of him? Don't he
gotta-
have 3?
He got to at least win one more Super Bowl.
Eye test. I know what Trey Aikman was in that field. That's the
Nah,
difference.
nah, nah,
baby.
That's the difference.
All right, all right. I'm bringing him down. He's 4th on my list. I'm not going to disrespect Joe Montana like that because Joe Montana before Tom Brady was arguably the best quarterback in the league. It was literally him and Elway.
You
People
want to
argue.
talk about talent, though? You called Jerry Rice the greatest wide receiver to ever play the game, and he had Stickum.
Okay, he played with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's like one of the top receivers in his era. He's going to be a Hall of
Not the
Famer easily.
greatest.
Okay, but I get that, but it doesn't matter. Like you can't use that
Okay,
again.
okay,
Magic
hold
played
on.
with Kareem. Like, well, you don't discredit him.
Hold on. Who's 3rd on this list? I don't give a fuck what y'all say. This is Peyton Manning, and I'll take Peyton Manning.
I love Peyton Manning.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I won't lie.
I don't care.
He got to come off the list. He
Nah.
gotta come
No,
off the
hold
list.
on though. Hold on though.
Peyton Manning-
Hold on though.
Longevity. We're saying longevity.
Calm down.
If Patrick Mahomes keeps doing what he's doing, this fucker's gonna
I don't
be
even
one.
care about that with
Wait,
Peyton
wait,
Manning.
Wait, he does have 2 rings, but
one
the
is
second
his,
one,
and the
the
second
I
second
one-
don't
one wasn't
care.
really his.
I don't care.
The second one
I
is
don't care.
Hey,
the second one is a
hey.
Trent Dilfer impersonation.
I'm taking
That's
Peyton
basically
Manning.
it.
I
Hey,
don't
let's
give a
be
fuck.
honest.
Don't do that.
I
Let's
don't
be
care.
honest.
I don't
Peyton
care.
Manning-
I'm taking
The
Peyton
most
Manning.
work he
Peyton
did was
Manning-
calling check plays the whole time for his pre-snap. That's the thing he did the whole
Dog,
year.
Peyton
Peyton Manning
Manning
was a long
Peyton Manning
time.
had the
What the
career he
fuck?
had with like an index card that had like 7 plays on it. That's pretty cold. Like I'm just saying.
And he, in all honesty, what he had Marvin Harrison.
He had like
Did
three.
He had Reggie Wayne.
He had two Hall
At
of
the same time.
Three
He
Hall
had
of Famers.
back end Dwight Clark or front end Dwight Clark.
Both.
He had all of Dwight
He
Clark.
had all of Dwight Clark,
I thought Dwight Clark played for the Niners at one point.
At the end when he was washed.
and he played for the Ravens too.
Okay.
when
He
he
was
was washed.
All right, I'm not even. They have Johnny.
And he had
Unitas at
Edgerrin
4.
James.
Nah, Johnny Unitas got to.
They have Johnny
Yeah,
Unitas
yeah.
at 4.
Put the ball.
I'll take him. I'll still take Peyton Manning. Otto
You're
Graham.
wild.
That's Babe Ruth era. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
They have Drew Brees at 6.
Where's John Elway?
Not
Told you.
6.
That's disrespectful. John Elway was.
Terrell Davis.
Go Georgia boy. Leads the league in Super Bowl MVPs. The Georgia Bulldogs with 3. Terrell Davis, one of them.
Yeah, the Derrick Rose of his era.
Go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
So Drew Brees, are we putting Patrick Mahomes over Drew Brees?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
Number
Patrick
7.
Mahomes doesn't need to tippy toe to see over his
Number
offensive line.
7. Now this will be controversial.
What?
Number 7, Dan Marino.
Nah, he better than Dan Marino. Get out of here.
He's better than Dan Marino.
Wow, that's a
better than
bold saying.
That's not
coming from
really
you.
Not really.
I don't care about them. You are a shock because
Why?
you ride or die with Dan Marino.
So
That's crazy.
I'm a truth.
That's
teller.
what we call growth, kids.
What people don't realize about Dan Marino, like
Roger
that
Staubach.
1984 season, like he never did anything close to that again.
They have at 9 is John Elway. Roger Staubach is 8th.
Yeah, who did that list?
The NFL.com.
Somebody need to
Oh,
get
they
fired.
also think Mac Jones is the 82nd best player.
And then Aaron Rodgers.
81, sir. 81.
No, isn't that the players that vote that?
In the league. Well, it's a league.
I don't
That's
care.
The league.
And then Aaron Rodgers.
They
is
saw
10th.
that.
So I
They
guess-
saw that
I
list and
guess-
didn't rig the votes.
I guess with the list, you could say 4 or 5 with what we're saying at right now.
Yeah, I said top 7, but yeah, it's top 5.
It's probably top 5. Aaron Rodgers, real
If
quick,
he wins the Super Bowl this year, does that
Top 3.
change anything for you?
top
If
3.
he wins the Super Bowl okay, I think I have him right now probably at 5.
Especially because if
I
they
got my
win,
four.
like
Super Bowl this year, he probably jumps a spot.
He would surpass Elway. He would surpass Elway.
I mean, look, let's be honest with you. Like, it kind of is what it is. If he wins the Super Bowl, like, it's probably either the Eagles had some sort of like disgustingly epic collapse, like just everywhere.
I think they'll so.
Or-
preview later.
Dude, I mean,
Next
Chiefs
week,
are
next week,
banged
boy.
up
Dude,
bad.
dude.
I don't give a
Dude,
fuck.
70
70
sacks.
I
But
don't
like I
care.
said,
they have
they can do
Patrick
that against the
motherfuck-
Bengals 'cause
Levon
because
Mahomes.
the Bengals
Yeah,
are
but
who
the
we
last
thought
time,
they were. But
I
it ain't
thought
gonna work
that
against the
you know
Eagles.
that was that.
I
Rams
mean,
Super
let's
Bowl.
be honest. They will have like 2 weeks to get ready for the game, so they'll get somebody back.
Stop. We're talking about the Super Bowl too much.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. By the way, they had Steve Young at 15. Just want to
Well,
keep
that's
that.
what happens when you ride coattails.
Just want to keep that a bug.
Who? Steve Young? Steve Young was nice.
All right.
I saw
can
him
I
in the
just-
Not saying he
USFL.
wasn't,
Stop
but
it.
2 of his Super Bowls, he was the backup. What do you want from
Well,
him?
I wouldn't
Riding
count
coattails.
those like that, but go ahead.
Can I? Okay. I'm just gonna do the storylines off of what I remember of what's important in order. Okay. First storyline, and I have a Khalil conspiracy theory.
Is it the Jaren Jackson stat stuffing? You didn't hear? Oh, you didn't hear about that?
Oh no, that is real. That is real. Because now the Miami Heat are fucking are promoting Bam for most improved player. They're not even promoting him for defensive player of the year anymore.
Kinda
They have to
should be.
move to a new award. I'm mad.
He kind of
he-
should be. He has a case for most improved.
He should already won most
But
improved.
He should have
was
won
robbed.
defensive player.
Yeah, but like since we're giving
football.
most improved players to like legitimate all stars now, we might as well.
Okay, I'm not cursing him, but let's be honest. Jaren Jackson ain't gonna he gonna miss some
That
games.
shit's
this
real. I
year,
don't give a
so
fuck. Anyways,
I'm not worried about it.
storyline. Number 1 team in the NFC versus the number 1 team in the AFC. You know, the 2 best teams in the NFL by far. You can't disagree with that. We have the Kelsey brothers, which is the first brother duo ever to play against each other in the Super Bowl. So, third, we all obviously know about Andy Reid.
The Andy Reid Bowl.
I love him with all my heart. 3rd greatest coach of all time in my book. Like for me personally.
Behind Belichick and Shula.
No, like just for me, for my football.
So who do you have ahead of him?
Oh, not
Kirby motherfucking Smart.
Oh, okay.
yo.
Like all coaches. Okay.
Yeah, that's just me. That's just me. He's third.
Who's first?
I just said Kirby.
So who's
second?
second?
Oh, Dougie P. baby.
Better than Andy Reid.
Wait.
One has a Super Bowl
Wait,
with the
wait.
Eagles. The other one doesn't.
Wait, that's disrespectful.
Big bald Dougie
You ain't gonna
P.
disrespect
You're gonna
Andy.
blame Andy
Bald
Reid.
Dougie P.
You're gonna blame Andy Reid because Donovan McNabb choked.
You said Donovan, number one. That's one. Two, he didn't choke.
He made Jeff Garcia look good.
That wasn't Jeff Garcia.
Yes, he did. He had Jeff Garcia as backup quarterback in 2006 when Donovan got hurt.
You're right. He did.
This your
I don't
team.
give it. Dougie P. He has a Super Bowl called one of the greatest plays of all time in Super Bowl history.
You're disrespectful.
Dougie P.
That's
Balls.
disrespectful. There is no Dougie P without Andy Reid in the first place. You're disrespectful.
There's no Super Bowl without Andy Reid in the first place either.
So that's the point.
But he wasn't coaching the team.
Might as well.
Obviously, the Andy Reid Bowl. You know, Andy Reid had. I think he's the second longest tenured head coach in Eagles franchise history.
He's the longest tenured coach in the NFL.
No, I'm saying in the Eagles franchise history behind
okay.
Buddy Ryan.
There you go. I think.
Wait,
he's,
what? Buddy Ryan didn't coach him that long.
Yeah, he did.
Buddy Ryan.
Yeah, I'm almost sure he did. If not, it'll probably.
He's
be
your all-time leader in wins.
who?
Andy
Reid?
Reid.
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
That's the only thing I know.
So obviously that, and then when he gets fired, moves over to the Chiefs, and wins a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. Last but not
Coach
least.
y'all for 4 years.
Last but not least. Oh shit.
That's what I don't. His run
thought
was.
it-
I
thought
remember
it
it
was
wasn't that
longer.
long.
Last but not least. This is to Joey and Nick Bosa. The first black quarterbacks to start a Super Bowl during Black History Month.
And you know what he has to that? He's rich. You're broke, bitch.
Who said that?
Joey Bosa.
Nick.
No, that was Joey.
That was Nick.
Oh, that was Nick.
was
That was.
Wait,
To an
No.
Eagles. That was Nick to an Eagles fan
That
on
was Nick. That was
on
Nick.
Sunday.
To a Black Eagles fan?
But Joey said it
Is he
too
black?
as well.
Maybe he did. It
sure?
wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, that is
No,
MAGA.
it
That
was-
is.
it
That
was
is.
Nick.
Joey plays with the
Outside the-
Chargers, right?
Yes.
Joey was outside. He was the one saying it. That wasn't
Yeah.
Nick.
no, that was Nick.
No, that was Joey.
I'm so fucking.
Does it really matter?
It's the Logan and Jake
Who
Paul.
cares?
It's Logan and Jake Paul. all
It's
over
MAGA.
again.
It's MAGA Bosa forever.
I beg your pardon?
It's MAGA Bosa. That's what they're about.
Oh, okay.
They not?
Sound like more of a statement from yourself.
Yeah,
That's what made me
that's why I
nervous.
said
Oh,
that.
like I'm supporting them?
Yeah, that's why I said I beg your
Never
pardon.
that. Never that. Get out of here. Get out of here.
But yeah, the Super Bowl should be fun.
Never on my team.
Hit the conspiracy button. I have a
We don't
conspiracy
have
theory.
that no more.
How do you not
We've been got rid of it. I can give you something else. I can give you a replacement.
go? Try your best. Try your best. Dead air. Dead air.
Then talk, nigga.
I don't have anything to talk about because it's a conspiracy theory.
I don't have anything, no updates yet on the bloodline.
No bloodline talk.
No bloodline talk.
All right. Fuck it.
I do
You
believe.
want playoffs?
I do believe
Sure.
we did see a sneak peek into WrestleMania. It looks like Trent Williams will be facing Roman Reigns for the title.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Let me ask
Playoffs?
you. Let me.
All after that.
Yeah, I know. Let me ask you guys a question. Who is the number one insurancer of all of the NFL?
Like the official insurance of the I don't know. State
All
oh,
state
oh,
stands?
no,
Are you in
it's,
good hands?
Is it all State Farm?
State Farm.
Yeah.
Are you? Oh, get out of here.
Who happens to be in the commercials for
Chris
State
Paul.
Patrick
Farm?
LaVon Mahomes,
Oh,
Where's the game being played at?
Arizona.
on a farm.
Called
Oh, State Farm, no shot.
State Farm Stadium. The NFL's rigged. Get the fucking script ready. They wanted Patrick Mahomes. That's why they threw 11 flags on the Bengals.
I'm down. He's the best quarterback.
Threw 11 flags against the Bengals. The Bengals are
Are
bad.
you're sitting there telling me that's not a money grab? You have Patrick Mahomes, who's a spokesperson for State Farm in State Farm Stadium, and they're gonna watch him play in the fucking Super Bowl, and then have him during the commercials.
Look,
You know how fucking wild that shit is?
all I'm gonna say,
Obviously, I don't believe in it,
look,
guys.
bro,
I'm just saying that's wild to think about.
dude, tell Frosted Flakes to get their bread up, man.
They're more than good.
Say it. Finish it. Go ahead. Finish it. And we won't talk until you do.
He don't want this dead air.
Go ahead. You can edit. Go ahead.
I'm not doing it.
Come on, man.
I'm not doing it.
You're a
I'm
bitch.
not a pony. All right? I'm not a monkey for your show. Get out of here.
You guys want to talk about the NBA, or are we done with that? What are we at? Where are we at, Rob?
We're at an hour. We're a little over an hour.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk about
That-
LeBron looking
there's-
like Randy Orton out there, or no?
Oh, he was getting.
That
He
was
looked like he
that
just
was
hit. He
hilarious.
looked like he just hit
He
an
was
RKO.
going to that place. The voices were in his head.
I love LeBron, but this
I
has
do.
to stop.
That shit was crazy.
I
really have to
actually
stop.
do. I do have a.
Oh, God.
no.
Yes, I do.
Oh, fuck me. Why
I
didn't
mean,
ask?
yeah,
Why
you
didn't
shouldn't
you
have.
ask?
Why did you ask yourself that?
You were right there.
Well, I know we were
Coulda gone
about to
home.
end it up. If
Let's
you
be
could've
honest.
Just said great. We could have fucking ended the goddamn
Don't do
show.
that. You still
I'm
asking
blaming
that
you.
question.
I'm blaming
That's
you.
the lies.
What if Robert said great? What's
I
up,
would like
Brandon?
to. I would like to read something here.
Oh, fuck me.
The referee, the official referee.
I heard it.
Yeah, you saw that? The referees at official NBA refs put out a statement on that foul that was
the
not called.
The 2-minute report?
No,
Hold on,
it was not a 2-minute report.
Oh,
They
hold-
actually released a statement.
Hold on. I do want to tell you this. Someone tweeted and said that the 2-minute report of that game needs to be put on pay-per-view, and I'll buy to see it. Go ahead.
All right. Like everyone else, referees make mistakes. We made one at the end of last night's game, and that is gut-wrenching for us. This play will weigh heavily and cause sleepless nights as we strive to be the best referees we can be.
Nice.
I read that. It sounds very touching, very apologetic. I've had it with the LeBron James dick sucking. I've had it. I've had enough.
Hold on.
I did not get that statement. I did not get that statement
Where?
after that Heat Kings game. You remember that earlier this year, where they called a foul. I believe it was on. Was it Caleb Martin? I think it was. They called that foul on. Didn't even touch him. Shooting a three. Didn't touch him at all. Called a foul on that. Now, fortunately, I believe that was also the game where Tyler Hero hit the game-winning three. I believe that was like that runner. Looked like Dwayne Wade. I believe that was the same game. I know the Heat won that game regardless. I did not get this statement of your sleepless nights that you were having when Max Strus did not step out of bounds in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Didn't get that statement. However, a regular season game, Game 50 in January, because LeBron James bitches and moans a little bit, we get that statement. I'm sorry, I've had it. Finish through contact. By the way, also want to talk about bad leadership to bring this all full circle. That didn't lose you the game. The game was in overtime. You just decided you didn't want to play anymore.
It was Pat Beverly's fault.
Y'all laid the fuck down
They
in
started
overtime.
off- they started
And
overtime
then,
with a
Dude,
1-point
I wanted to
deficit.
talk about
And
that.
then-
Another cold moment by Pat Bev. Am I going to be a Pat Bev fan by the end of this fucking season? Because the shit he does on the court by just averaging 2.5 points per game is what I call chef's kiss. Taking out the camera, dude.
you're killing my rant, dog.
sorry.
You're killing my rant.
It's my time.
Yeah, it's my show.
My segment.
Just the camera guy. I'd have no fun.
Listen, man. I've had it. LeBron James decided he didn't want to be in the game the last play of the game.
He was
And
tired.
then
He's been averaging 30 points.
left before the game was over.
Really?
Left before the last buzzer. I don't want to hear it. And then, I don't remember who it was, but one of his teammates came on Instagram talking about we need to fine and suspend referees and stuff like that. I don't believe the Heat got any money back for LeBron's putrid performance in the finals in 2011.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. I don't believe anybody got any money back. Any of those Laker fans, Jeannie Buss, the Lakers organization, they're not getting any salary cap space when Anthony Davis doesn't show up because he rolled his ankle.
Do you happen to know? Sorry.
No, I'm good. That was the last one.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yes.
Okay. Two things. Was that Skip Bayless that said that?
What?
What? It's my time.
Yes.
It's my
Yeah.
time.
It's my time.
It's my turn. Two things. When would you consider prime LeBron? Prime LeBron.
Prime LeBron?
Why did I say that weird? Prime LeBron. His Heat years.
I would go like the last year in
Return to
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year in
Well,
Cleveland and probably his last year in Cleveland.
Okay. Well, in terms of numbers.
Like the second time.
In
Sorry.
terms of numbers, it is prime LeBron in terms of numbers. Okay, like the offensive statistics. Do you happen to know that he is playing better than that this season? Then he is, in terms of offensive statistics, he is having a career year. I'm not taking you to get away from that LeBron dick sucking.
No, we can have a
But he's having a career year. And on top of that, did you also know that Anthony Davis, even though he's not there, is having a career year for the Lakers?
Absolutely, because it's really easy to have a career year in 10 games.
That's what but I meant like just in that small sample size.
Yeah, 10 games.
Like in terms of all that shit, you can't sit there, Brandon, and tell me that's not crazy to you.
I mean,
But like, who else is gonna do it?
that is true.
That's my point, though, is that he's still doing it, Brandon. He's how old?
You know what the funny? 38.
Well, wait, Troy Brown? Troy Brown is supposed to get out there and help him? Rui Hachimura?
Brandon,
Sure, bro.
that's not the point that I'm making, bro. That's not the point.
What's the DoorDash driver's name? What the hell was that guy's
38.
name?
Oh, the white dude.
The white dude DoorDash
I
driver?
don't know, but I know who you're talking about. He's 38, competing with Joel Embiid for the scoring title.
Is Austin Reeves still on that team?
I might be making him older than he actually is.
He's 38, yeah.
He is 38?
He is
And
38.
he's competing with Joel Embiid for the scoring title. I understand bad team, good stats, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's still crazy. You can't discredit that. As a basketball guy, as someone who watched Michael Jordan age into the fucking gutter, you can't sit there and tell me that you don't appreciate what he's doing right now.
I appreciate what
that's
he's
still
doing.
insane.
It is absolutely insane. It does not mean
That's all I needed.
the NBA referees need to put out that. First things first, the statement itself is ridiculous. Like, sleepless nights. Like, what?
Sleepless
I think-
nights in
Well,
Seattle.
here's the thing. I think the only he did OD. Like that was a bit much.
Bro,
But he did have the right to be upset only because the last like 2 or 3 games they've lost really close games due to poor officiating towards the end of the game. If I'm not mistaken, the West is so bunched up right now that they're like the 13th in the West. But
Nah, they're 9th, I think.
But they're like 4 games back of being like the 6th seed.
yeah.
That's how close it is. So
See,
it's almost
you
like
could
every
frame
game
it.
matters,
You can frame it
but-
that way, or you can say LeBron knows his team is ass and he needs every game
Well,
that
that's
he
the-
can get.
well, that's part of the
And
frustration.
that's why he's averaging 30 at
Yes,
38.
because
But
his team is ass.
with Anthony Davis back though, if
Come on, dog. You saw that first game. He rolled his ankle. You saw that shit. I know you saw that shit. First game back, homie rolled his ankle.
if he can stay healthy, I think they might be able to do something.
Not to discredit you. Sorry for not looking your way. When are we gonna stop with Anthony Davis?
Stop with him about what?
Just stop. Period.
I mean, he's still playing in the league. I mean, when he plays.
He is on an all-time top 75, isn't
Yeah, he's already cemented. They don't take you off the list when you make it, baby.
he? Go ahead and select.
Drag and drop.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Sorry.
On the list, can't take him off. He's immortalized.
A lot of frauds in that Lakers and
He's-
Celtics franchise.
He has been injury prone his entire career, and it only has gotten worse. I understand the
Yeah,
health.
'cause he put on weight. That's why. Probably was better when he was slimmer.
That's what we're calling it.
No, I'm just saying.
Because when he was slimmer, he was still on.
No, he wasn't missing as much time. I'm just saying. He
So-
tried
but
to
he
put
was
on
missing
weight to
time?
play center.
But he was missing time.
But these are not those kinds of injuries. You happen to freaking. This man slipped on sweat and missed like 3 weeks.
I don't know.
Like,
I never
what?
thought I'd see a year where Kyrie played more games than
Literally,
that's hard to say.
Khalil finished the game, so like it did. But like it was like I think it was like halftime. Like he threw up a shot from like half court, and he landed and rolled his ankle.
Is he still playing high top shoes?
He was playing in Kobe's.
I think he plays in Kobe's.
So they
I
were like
think.
low
He playing
tops.
Kobe's and still rolls his ankle?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
By the way, Clayton, are you trying to say that I'm still like holding on to the Anthony Davis?
You absolutely are.
I've moved on now.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
I have.
So what are you moving on to? What's next in your?
Bam Adebayo.
Not even.
That's for everyone here.
I'm thinking past that. Victor
Oh, get
Wembanyama. Yeah, that's my guy now. Yeah.
All right.
I move on, dog. I move on. Sometimes you gotta move on in life.
Okay.
I do like Giannis. It might be Giannis, but
I mean, so you went from Anthony Davis, who you called out of a rookie, like who you love, to Giannis, who is
All time, one of the best players in the NBA.
But yeah,
How do you move from that, dog?
That's
Come
why.
on.
That's why I'm going for Victor.
I was
Victor's
gonna say
my
that's
guy.
piggybacking
Victor's
the
not
fuck
my
out of
guy.
like
Victor's
greatness.
my
You know
guy
about
now.
Victor from way back too,
Yeah.
or did Victor just start picking up steam
No.
recently?
Ask
recently for you
Brandon.
too?
Ask Brandon. I've been talking about Victor Wembanyama for like 2 years now. Ask Brandon. Ask
Brandon.
Brandon.
Brandon showed you Victor Wembanyama. Don't give me that shit.
No, that's not
I
true.
know that for a
That's
fact.
not true.
Please do not
That's
do-
not
please
true.
don't do that.
I've been telling Brandon was like he didn't like his size. He thought he was gonna be too small.
Please don't do that.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
I didn't think he'd be too small. I think he's too damn skinny.
Okay,
not-
see,
that's
well, that's my point. But I've been on that banjo. I've been on that hype train. I
showed
was
who
driving. I
first?
was a conductor.
Who showed who first?
He didn't show me.
To be honest with you, I've known about him since he was like 14. So
But me and him never talked about him until like 2 years ago.
All right. All right.
Y'all should be some
he was
scouts.
like one of those like since he was one of
Y'all
those.
fucking
Since
talk to
way
each
back.
Yeah, you guys talk to each other every fucking day. You would think Victor whatever his fucking name is, the 7'3" god of Europe.
But we stay concerned.
To be honest, like he only kind of like got like he started heating up like 2 years ago.
2
but
years
like
ago. That's when I
the
started
hype
noticing.
here, like what he is now,
That started like a couple months ago.
that was that literally.
no, it was
like
long-
August, October. No, when the
Rob,
season
that was
started.
that was longer than a couple
No,
months.
that
No.
happened. That happened. That's been like he was like a big prospect like a year ago, but it really came with like the downfall of Amani Bates.
Yeah,
That's
that was
kinda-
back.
that's
He was supposed to
kinda
be the-
when
he was
he-
supposed to be the number one pick. 'Cause
Who, by
Wembanyama
the way,
was
I
supposed
would
to be the number one pick.
absolutely take with the Heat's pick. By the way, I would take.
Yeah,
Amani
don't try
Bates.
that. I've been on that hype train. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry. It's all right, man.
All right.
Amani Bates has been in high school for like 8 years.
No, he's in college.
he's
he's
in
at
college
Eastern
now.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
why I
he
haven't
just
heard
scored
of
29 points in a row.
See, you heard about him for a while. Like he was gonna be the second.
He was
coming.
at.
Yeah, but I'm not over here fucking a hand on his shoulder like the AAU dad. Like, yeah, that's my boy. Look at him.
Speaking of AAU, Dad, we talked about Bronny last week. Did you see the report that came out talking about college coaches trying to talk to Bronny?
I got to get to the
gotta talk to
publicist.
Savannah.
Yeah, got to go through the publicist so
you
you
hear
can
about
get
that?
an appointment
An
to talk to
appointment
Savannah.
with him.
Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
timeout.
He's not even that good.
He's a decent talent. I'm not saying he's
Not enough
I'm
to
not-
If his
I'm not saying
name-
he's like best in the nation.
If
type
his
talent,
name
but
was
he's decent.
LeBron James Jr. was not LeBron James Jr. Like
He wouldn't have a
James, if his
publicist.
last name was not James, he would be like a 3-star.
Zion ain't had no publicist. Get out
He
of here.
said decent talent. He didn't
He's
say
a,
five
he's,
star.
not-
he's a 3-star,
Yeah,
which
stop
means
it.
like three.
Decent
Average.
talent.
Nope, not in basketball.
Decent talent.
Not in basketball. Top 100, bro. Literally, like the gap between like top 5 and top 20 is massive. That's like the gap between top 10 in college and like the top 247. Like it's bad.
You're being ridiculous. Come on, get here.
better than Jordan's kids.
I don't know. One of his kids out here. He out here
Yeah, what-
No.
yeah,
Marcus?
No.
done bag.
Anybody could
He out
pop-
here doing some work.
Anybody could pop Larsa. That ain't a flex no more.
I you know what? I think Michael got the assist on that one. What do you think? I think he does.
If you a grown man, you still asking your daddy for some help.
No. I don't think he asked. I think Michael was like he threw the lob.
Probably
If you a grown man,
put the battery in
and
his
you
back.
still asking
I-
your daddy for some help. Stop.
Nah, man. I think he came to him. He's like, "Yo, Marcus, got somebody for you, bro."
So we're doing final thoughts, basically.
I was
Why
about
not?
to say something
Oh,
flagrant, but leave it alone.
I have something. Hold on for final thoughts. But it's my final thoughts. No one take my final thoughts.
So then wait, just
I don't know
No,
what it
no,
is.
Khalil
Should
goes
I
first.
be like aware, not so I don't take it, or is it something I wouldn't possibly think
I
of?
put it in the chat. Khalil.
I don't know.
I think I know what it is.
I have no idea what it is.
I ain't got shit to say. Oh shit, am I about to steal it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you.
Yeah,
are.
I'm not gonna say it because I'm about to steal it.
Oh, is it baseball related?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
okay.
just about to say congrats, but I guess I'll just leave it alone.
All right, well then go ahead, get it out the way, King.
No, go Khalil.
Shit, I ain't got nothing to say. Fight the power as always, I guess. Oh, Vic Fangio, my boy. Come on.
we gotta pump the brakes on it.
We gotta pause on that.
Hey, Carolina said they ain't got.
No, that's not you gotta worry
That's
about.
the problem. 49ers.
49ers.
No, please, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently-
D'Amico's going to Houston.
Apparently, Jed York and Stephen Ross don't like each other, and so Jed York might be out here trying to spite Stephen Ross. So
He got.
Jed
he
York,
got
the
quarterback.
fucking boy king.
They got quarterback issues over there, so he might be a little distracted. But damn, I thought we had him.
no, we might still have him.
It's
It's
just
just
he hasn't signed. You gotta wait
he
till
hasn't
he
hasn't
signs
signed
on the
nothing
dotted
yet.
line. It don't mean nothing.
Apparently, Jed York might be going around the agent, who is the same agent who is he and McDaniel share an agent. He might be going straight to Fangio on this one. There's a whole article in The Athletic about it. It's actually really good.
Bush League.
Christ.
So yeah, you gotta wait.
We'll fight the power. That's all I got.
Chad York looks like a boy king.
Brandon, go ahead.
Make the big man fight for me.
I just want to say that the Lord is good. Josh Gaddis will no longer be my offensive coordinator. So
Praise him.
praise God. That's all I have.
Okay. I got a couple things. One, shout out. Ooh, my bad. Shout out. What'd you say?
It's your table.
Shout out to the Eagles, for making the Super Bowl. I'm happy. Good for you guys. Angie didn't know what I don't know how she didn't know what he looked like, but now is madly in love with him, and I'm concerned for my well-being.
Oh, you should be.
Handsome fella. Second, shout out to
He is taken, though.
TikToker Dorian Cole 3, who said the guy in the pink is ignorant.
Huh?
I'm wearing
You the
pink.
guy in the pink?
What are you talking about?
We posted up the videos last week of Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and Pat Bev.
Oh, the ones
Shout
I
out-
just posted today? He said that?
Yeah, shout out to
There was a
Benny.
comment?
Yeah,
What video in particular?
the Dak gotta go one. The guy in the pink is ignorant. Let's go through Dorian Cole real quick.
Oh, hey, deep dive.
Following 2,000 people with 474 followers.
That's a little suspect. Might not, I'm just saying.
He is a high school football player. All right. Shout out to you.
Oh, you're
dog.
picking on a child?
Shout out to you.
That's when you change it up.
I
That's
didn't
when you
say
change
I
it
didn't
up.
say anything crazy.
He picked on us.
That's
First.
fair.
Leave
That's
that kid
fair.
alone.
It's self-defense.
Leave the kids alone. Get out.
And third, shout out to Jazz Chisholm making the fucking cover
There's a
of
blur. I can't see.
making the cover of fucking MLB The Show. 100% deserves it. I am so happy. I've been riding with Jazz. You want to look at it?
No, because the camera's not picking up on it because of the glare. Oh, I can't catch.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
How much is that card worth? Because you got it like tops, like.
Oh well, it's graded. It's
Yeah,
graded.
it's graded
Yeah,
and,
I bought it. I bought it for $60.
That might be a good deal.
I went to the sports.
You've been working with Gary Sheffield.
I went to the sports card store to get a signed to get a special edition like Devontae Smith card, and they fucking sold it. So I told Angie like, which one do I pick? Which one do I pick? And she said pick that one, and so I did.
Good pick.
On top of that, Angie's like, buy a pack. I'm not usually a pack guy. I usually just buy the shit that I like, right? She's like, buy a pack, bro. I pulled. Oh, you know what? No, you're not even gonna be able to enjoy this. I don't even want
What?
to say it anymore.
What?
I bought this pack, which had a Justin Herbert rookie card in it that's worth $200.
That's a good pick.
Sell it now.
Shout out to Angie.
For the value
Yeah,
drop.
yeah.
But she's the one who pulled it and picked the pack and everything.
You should
in it.
sell it and buy her something.
And then
No? Okay. Sorry, Angie. I tried.
Valentine's Day is coming up.
throw it back. Okay.
I can't throw either.
There you go. Shout out to Jazz, dog. Love that, bro. Outfielder, Jazz Chisholm.
Center fielder.
Center fielder, yeah.
Gonna win the Gold Glove.
He will. I believe it. And it will be Tuesday, January 31st. There are 31 days in January, right?
Yes, there are.
Yeah. And your Georgia Bulldogs are your back-to-back national champions.
3-time.
3 times.
I fucking hate you.
Oh, come on. They ain't nothing out there. Where's the competition? Unless Saban's about
In
to
the
pull a
playoff.
miracle.
I ain't gonna hold you. That
it
look in Saban's eyes when Hobie was
That's what
talking
I'm
about
saying.
Kirby.
If he pulls a
I'm a
miracle,
little nervous.
When David Pollock said that shit, I was like,
They
David,
had
no.
they had the number 1 recruiting class. They had like 8 5-stars.
Did they have it last year?
No.
They did not. They had number
No.
2 or
Well,
3.
because it was Texas A&M.
It was Texas A&M last year. But I don't know. That look in Saban's eyes, that just
That
looks
scares.
like, I'm not gonna lie, that looks like something we're sitting here like it's Georgia versus Alabama for the national title, and they pull that up on like pregame, and then like at the end
Part
of the
of the
game,
promo?
Alabama
Yeah.
like stomps them out like 47-7.
Is this is the year that goes to 12, right?
No, 2024,
It's the following year.
2024, I believe,
I
yeah.
think
It's the following
2024.
year. Yeah. So yeah, probably in the playoffs is when they'll meet, someone.
They're gonna lose the game in the regular season.
Are you sure of that?
I don't give a fuck.
You're really sure
I
of
really,
that?
I really,
Mizzou?
I really think.
Oh, Mizzou get Vandy.
Oh my god.
I really think Tennessee can beat them in Tennessee.
I got Vandy by 10.
That's the second to last game of the
You
season.
said that last season.
No, but that game wasn't in Tennessee. That's the second to the last game of the season, and you know
That game what? Oh, it
wild
wasn't in
sh-
Tennessee.
You know wild shit always happens in the last 3 weeks of
But
the
their
season.
quarterback is like Joe
It was a
Milton.
5-star fucking dual threat. I'm not doing this today.
Get out my face. So is JJ McCarthy.
Okay, is that it?
Yes.
We can go. All right. This
Final
has
thoughts?
Huh?
Robert? No final thoughts?
You don't have anything?
nah. If I had something, it probably would have been a rant. So no, I'm done. That's all I got.
Okay.
This has been the latest and greatest episode from the ScoreKeepers podcast. We will see y'all on Friday. Y'all have a great week. We out.